Today, we're exploring the profound knowledge shared by Alex Collier, the esteemed Andromedan contactee. His experiences and messages from the Andromedans are fascinating and crucial for understanding our place in the universe. We'll be providing you with insights that are sure to elevate your cosmic consciousness. Throughout this video, remember that your engagement helps spread this vital information far and wide. Each like, subscribe, and notification bell you click brings Alex Collier's invaluable knowledge and the wisdom of the Andromedans to more curious minds across the globe. Also, remember that we host a live webinar 3 times a month on a Friday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, so be sure to visit the link in the description for more information. But for now, here's today's video.
Alex, can you
Yes.
elaborate on what A's call frequency with regard to our emotional range? Humor has been a powerful weapon that the Cabal et al. Do not seem to possess. Is humor a certain range of frequency that is unique to Ea's Terrans? Thank you so much.
To Ea's Terrans.
EA, is that Earth Terrans or the Terrans of
Well, Ea
EA?
is
Enki,
okay.
isn't it?
Okay. Well, I think so. All right. I can't answer that question because I don't know. I personally have not interacted with that many Anunnaki myself. Regarding humor, regarding frequency, are extreme of emotions. Each physical body, the structure of its DNA, this is how I understand it, the structure of its DNA has a range of frequency. And this is just how they're built. Now, where every single race came from, I don't have that answer. Whether it's 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, or 8th, that's a question for creator, for source. Now, if you look at our physical bodies, which are genetically royal, and we have at least 22 genes of different extraterrestrial races, which makes us genetic royalty. And you have this unique structure of physicality. And then you take beings, souls, from 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, and you drop them into a third density physical suit, avatar body, whatever you're comfortable with saying, our human body. Now let's just take 9, 10, and 11. We are talking about a frequency range that is at this moment completely beyond our comprehension. When you take someone like that, a soul like that, and you drop it into a physical body in third density, the physical body has to adjust to that frequency. And what happens is, because that soul is the soul, it comes in with all of its knowledge. And as that soul comes in, it's experiencing emotions in a different way than he would or she would in 9, 10, or 11th density. This is just an example. This can apply across the board. They will experience physicality or emotions in a different way. Because up there, the bodies are lighter, and in some cases, you don't even have a physical body. It's a plasmic field. So when you come into a physical body, you're going to experience all of your emotions that you had there very differently here, because now it's physical. The body itself reflects back to you your frequency. And that's a new experience. And I think over the years, over the thousands of years that we've been incarnating into these bodies, we have pushed that envelope of frequency further and further and further out. Now, that's not only joy, love, humor, laughter, but also on the darker side, it's loss, it's fear, it's sorrow, it's heartbreak, and it's rage. So we've gone both ways in a physical body with our emotions and our frequencies. This is not a common thing. There are many third density life forms that cannot accommodate 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, or 11th density beings, souls, to drop in and settle itself into those physicalities. The body simply can't do it. Just can't do it. But we can. But we can. We're one of the few that can. And this makes us very powerful creators of physicality. Now, for thousands of years, the Dark Ones, they've used this to basically convince us to create our own matrix, our own prison. You see? And that's what happened. We bought what we were told, and what we did was we created our own prisons, physically. Now that we're waking up and we realize not only have we been hoodwinked in a massive way, but everything they've told us has basically been a lie. So now humanity is beginning to free itself from the matrix. We are stepping out of that which we created without realizing it, that we created. Now we are stepping out of it. And for the first time, many of us are realizing, oh shit, this is not what I want at all. This is not what I want at all. And what's happening is that some are projecting their anger back into the matrix, instead of taking that energy and converting it to build what it is that they want. There's no point in blaming anyone at this point, because we were all in it, okay, except for the controllers. We were all in it. So now what we have to focus on is what is it that we want. And see, this is where leadership comes in. This is where, when you figure out what it is that you want and you begin to focus your energy and move directly in that direction, others will see the shift. Because at some point, we're all going to be in the same place. We're all going to be stepped out. We're all going to be out of the matrix because it's collapsing. You can see it collapsing. That's because we're withdrawing our energy and our focus on it. That's why it's collapsing. But we have to take that energy, and instead of converting it into anger and fury, let the military deal with those assholes. Let the alliance deal with those people. What we have to do is we now have to create a world we want. And that means we have to come up with it. We have to originate the concepts, the idea, the protocols. It has to come from us, collectively. That's where we're at. This is where we are, right there, right now. Okay, we're seeing it all collapse. Every government on this planet is in fact collapsing. They're at different levels, but they are. The monetary system is collapsing. The health industry, or I should say the medical mafia, it is collapsing. Its days are numbered. Have no doubt about it. Its days are numbered. All the talk about med beds, frequency healing, color, light, and sound. That's who we are. That's who we've always been. We've never been just this. So you see, if you're talking about it and you're looking into it, you have begun the process of stepping out of the matrix yourself. See, there's little subtle things that people they're not connecting to the fact that a portion of them, a part of their consciousness has now been removed from the matrix. They're beginning to set themselves free. This is no little thing. This is a huge deal. This is huge. And I see people on the chats, they're taking this thing for granted because maybe they don't realize how important this is. Because, we want this instant gratification. Well, how can you have instant gratification if you don't know what you want and you don't know what to ask for? Right? How can you have instant gratification? That means someone else created your next matrix. Are you in charge of it? No, you're not. So you're just recreating the same scenario. And that's the issue here. That's the issue. This is where we all have to become a race of leaders. That's the only way to ensure we remain free. Because if we can do that, and everybody behind us is being supportive and is on board with the direction we're going, we will protect each other. We will watch each other's back because we're all vested in this. Those who aren't, they will find another place to live. They will. Their souls will not vibrate at this new frequency, whether it's fourth, fifth, sixth, whatever it is. Wherever it is this humanity ends up, they will find another place to go. They will leave because it's all frequency. It always has been. That's why the controllers beat the shit out of all of us, because they kept us in this range of low frequency. And they set up all these traps, divisions, religions, anger, rage, war, starvation, disease, sickness. They set all this shit up to keep us inside that fucking box. You're out of the box. Most of you are already out of the box and you don't even realize it. The next phase is empowering yourself. Not blaming. Okay? There are people who came in to play that role. Some of them are the Alliance and the Earth's military. They're the ones who are going to take care of the rest of this. They get this. But they have a very specific role to play, and it is not creating future civilizations. It's not. Their job is to protect the civilization, protect the country, and protect the people. Now, we're the ones who create the civilization because we are the civilization. We, the people, are the civilization. It's the way it's always been. It's the way it's always going to be. Okay, I don't want starships to come in and say, okay, this is what you're going to do now. I don't want that. I don't want that. I know their intentions are good, but let's go back to the Chaldeans. The Chaldeans would pass laws, but they would ask their mentors, the Venetians, who they referred to as the Titans, to come in and sit down and to listen to their passing of laws, their deliberations regarding laws, regarding the Chaldean civilization. And they would ask for their opinions. But they wouldn't always take their opinions. They often decided, okay, you know what, we hear what you're saying, but that would not actually fit where we are right now. And they would make note of it. And the scribes would write down the suggestions that were made in the hopes that in a future in a future time, that would be something that their civilization would be ready for. And sadly, things happened, and the Chaldean civilization didn't survive. The same could be said for the Sumerian civilization. These civilizations came up out of nowhere. Well, there were other civilizations prior to them we know nothing about because they were written out of history. Because they didn't want us to know. Okay, that's that box. They kept us in the box, in that low frequency band. Well, we don't want to do that, do we? No, we do not. No, we do not. So we have to do the work. We have to do the research. We have to get as much information as we can from all sources. All sources. And then we need to sit down, somehow communicate with each other and say, okay, here's where we were. This is how we started. This is where we were. This is where we're at the moment. Where do we want to be in the future? And start building towards that. They're all going to start out as ideas at first. And then as we put more and more focus into it, as we begin to build language that describes it, as we begin to build motion towards it, as we begin to build structures, cities, infrastructure to support that new dream of what we want, then it begins to manifest physically. But that's something we all have to participate in. You see, before the last flood, we had free energy. We had free energy. And the only one who remembered that was Nikola Tesla. You see? And then what did they do? They made sure all that shit got buried, that all of it got suppressed, and then what they did was they laid down all this infrastructure that you had to pay for. That you had to pay for. They decided, this group, that as long as we lived in this little band of frequency, this box, we were going to pay to live on a planet that we were born on. They decided that. And they were going to feed off of us. We can't do that again. That does not work. That whole system was a lie. And we spent thousands of years stuck in a system like that. Souls traumatized by the barbarity and the brutality of this system. So we can't do this again. Okay?
As we come to the end of today's cosmic journey, we hope you're leaving with a mind full of wonder and curiosity. If you've enjoyed this video and believe in the importance of sharing Alex Collier's messages, please show your support by liking this video, subscribing to our channel, and clicking the bell icon. This simple act goes a long way in ensuring that this knowledge reaches others searching for these cosmic truths. Also, remember to leave your thoughts, experiences, or questions in the comments below. We do read all the comments. Until next time, keep looking up and questioning the universe. Stay curious, fellow cosmic explorers. If you would like to see Andromedan contactee Alex Collier live via video stream, we hold a live webinar 3 times a month on a Friday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. For more information and dates of upcoming live webinars, please visit alexcollier.org. Please click on one of the above videos to seek more of Alex Collier's knowledge.